aviation industry, long a major fuel consumer, until recently had not responded to the fuel shortage challenge. However, the newly unveiled FoxJet, designed and fostered by American businessman Mr. Tony Fox in Minneapolis, is meeting that challenge head-on by offering a revolutionary jet with exceptional fuel savings. Recently, at a meeting in Reno, Mr. Fox and Mr. Bill Lear, the father of the corporate jet, discussed the need for more efficient jet aircraft.
Well, there's no doubt about the fact that you can't continue to use fuel for these airplanes that are really fuel hogs and not be severely criticized by the guy that's getting along, you know, with his little car, 1/20th or 1/100th of the fuel for the same distance. But aviation hasn't responded rapidly enough yet. They've got to get on the ball. You have to look at the airplane industry as something that either you meet the requirements, you meet the fuel availability requirements, you meet the fuel crunch requirements, and you meet the operating costs, because today the IRS is looking at whether the boss used the airplane for his private flying or whether he used it for business. So you've got to make it so that if he has to pay for the private use of the aircraft, he can afford to do it.
Although records have shown that the average business trip load is from 2 to 3 persons, large jets with 8 and 10 seats are usually used, representing a staggering waste in fuel consumption. The obvious need is for smaller, more efficient jets.
Big corporations don't seem to recognize the need for fuel conservation, but they're beginning to feel the pinch when fuel that they used to buy for 17 cents a gallon is now costing them $1 a gallon in New York City and $2 a gallon in Zurich. So when they put on, 2,000, 3,000 gallons of fuel to go a certain distance, the amount of money they have to expend is now they're beginning to look at it from the standpoint of the stockholder, the general public, and also the controller of the company says, I don't know whether we can afford that or not. But the need for an aircraft that will operate economically is becoming increasingly apparent to anybody that's trying to go any place on the airlines.
Today, when you walk up to get your tickets, and I noticed it just coming out here, that they got a sign on on the desk that says that if you're not here 15 minutes before the aircraft takes off and they got standby people, they can move them in and take your place.
Well, worse than that, at just the problem at the big air terminals like Dallas and Chicago and New York and Washington, you've got to be a healthy individual to change from one line to another, because the walking is terrific.
Oh, the walking distance is unreal.
I just think that the situation, the crowds, the distances that you have to walk, and the cost is generating a great opportunity for private aircraft, and especially if private aircraft can be brought down to where the cost of operating it is even lower than going on the airline. I thought you did a very good job of utilizing a very limited space to get maximum comfort and maximum performance. Of course, the larger you make an airplane, the more it costs to fly it. But you've done a good job on it, no doubt.
Thank you.
And I would say that you've done some very clever things, especially that sliding seat is a great idea.
Well, when you were back here, you said that you wanted to purchase one. You still want to purchase one?
Yeah, I'll take one.
All right, I got it.
You better get it to me before I begin pushing up daisies.
As Bill Lear has said, the world demands greater fuel and other related cost efficiencies in jet transportation. Tony Fox has also recognized that need and has used the latest technology available and presented the aircraft industry with a unique jet aircraft, years ahead of its time, to solve today's major transportation problems. The FoxJet ST-600S. Who is Tony Fox? He is a man of unique inventiveness and business know-how, whose many innovations, from his Bonneville Boss, a specially designed truck to carry his proud American land speed racing car, to the prototype models of the FoxJet are to the industrial field like a long parade of brilliant creations. They include the compact snowmobile, the pollution packer dragster that holds 21 national and world records, the Catigator all-terrain vehicle, several inboard and outboard water jet motors, a specially patented type of fiberglass spray gun, a new multi-purpose power tool, the revolutionary quick lift electric power lift, the pollution packer trash compactors, products sold all over the world, carrying everywhere the inventive energy and dedication that go into every Tony Fox creation.